I'd like to share this now while it's sort of fresh in my mind and in my spirit, this idea of how deeply interconnected and interwoven we are with our ancestors and the lineage that we carry. I really had this amazing call today from a client. It's sort of incredible. Every time I talk to this person, I'm granted access to this whole world of knowledge, their ancestral lineage. It sort of links up very deeply with mine, and that's sort of what happens with Soul Tribe. But something I love about, working with people is that sometimes simultaneously I will receive some of my life's answers to, those deep questions that we hold. So today I just received one. I've been in this realm of wanting to understand why I keep wanting to do specific work for not only just the land that I'm living on, but this continent that we call like North America. There's a lot of ties in terms of my lineage here. Now, just to give you a little background, I guess people joke around and call me a sandwich, but I really am. I have the African American, the Caucasian, and Native American. And I wanted to honor all of them in this video and to let you know that I, as a medium, I really feel deeply connected to all of my ancestors, and there is just like this rainbow of beauty that I see. So with that being said, there's this really deep affection that I hold for America. I've been able to tap in on my journeys and through very different circumstances and situations, I've, found myself doing mediumship with a lot of different souls that walk the inner planes on this land. And I've heard a lot of stories and I've felt a lot of connections, and there's this oneness that I feel we're all starting to understand. Going back to the call, this person had like a very deep question. They were asking how basically their ancestors were viewing certain actions that they had taken in their spiritual course. And as we were tuning in and receiving the messages, I received a lot of messages from my ancestors that the more work we do in terms of our evolutionary conscious awakening, the more we rise and ascend into these higher frequencies, the more they're going to coincide and connect with our ancestral lineages and therefore help those souls, beings, oversouls. It's almost like I was receiving the vision of a spider web. Looking at this web of interconnectedness, this wovenness of oneness, we can then understand that no matter what we do, it will always connect with and affect the whole. So it was very almost enlightening in the way that I could understand why I do the work that I do. We're in this quantum soup, right? This field of consciousness is observing itself. These other beings and other timelines and their lifetimes are happening now as it could be no other way. And as we tune into that quantum field, we can learn to somewhat shift it with our own progress. That is why we go into the forest and we do that deep emotional cleansing work. Other times we're asked to exile into the desert, following in the footsteps of Master Christ. Painful realizations that bring you to a higher frequency that allow you to see more light, allow you to gain more information. So I was able to sort of talk on a deeper level with spirit, with myself, with the oversoul, and I realized as a star being, as somebody who feels very deeply about this mission here on earth, that I realized I was here to look at the wound. I'm sent, and many of you are as well. We are sent here to look at what was done so that we don't repeat it. We're becoming more aware of our darkness through connecting with our ancestors. How amazing is that? We receive keys when we look at the darkness, and then what happens is the shift occurs all around us. That's when timelines really can change. That's when we can go from a timeline of war to a timeline of peace. And it's all within our grasp. It's all within the now. All of that information, we can access it here and now.